Today's movie coaster experience is going to be War of the Worlds, created by Bughuul. War of the Worlds is a science fiction novel by English author H.G. Wells. The novel's first appearance in hardcover was in 1898. It is one of the earliest stories to detail the conflict between mankind and extraterrestrial race. The novel was then later on converted into a movie, War of the Worlds, in 2005. All right, a very cool movie indeed. I remember enjoying this one, and the coaster should be exceptional as it is created by one of our legend creators. So stay tuned and let's get right on into it. Heyo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Coaster Spotlight Movie Coaster Contest Edition. Today we're looking at War of the Worlds, created by Bughuul, and here they say, hi Johnny, and or Zelixor, based on the 2005 War of the Worlds movie, and directed by the famous Boogie Spielberg. This was built for the Channel 5 Gaming Movie Coaster Contest. An ordinary day, nobody expecting a thing. Then the unexpected storm, no thunder, just lightning. 1, 2, 3, all strikes on the same spot. Lightning is normal, but hitting the same spot is not. Then the ground started shaking. An earthquake perhaps. The roads, houses, and shops, now covered in cracks. Chunks of road break open. Then very loud sound. What we saw next just pinned us to the ground. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did making it. Cheers. Boogie. P.S. All audio media files are copyright free, so make sure you download these, which I have. Boom! So let's get into it. Wow, freaking wee, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the coaster station with one of the most incredible cues in the entire contest, setting the stage, should I say, that we are actually going on a movie. They're filming, there's props, there's all sorts of stuff. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it goes so well with the movie coaster contest that I'm embracing it. But it's like, are we part of the film or is this real? So it's like, I don't know, that the kind of fourth wall has been broken for me now. It's like, this is all pretend. However, because it's the movie coaster contest, I'm like, yes, this is kind of brilliant. Don't know what to expect though, but you set the stage and I like it, Boogie. I like it a lot. Coaster has not been tested. It's probably gonna crash. Oh boy. And he said something about the music, but why I downloaded the music. Let me re-download it. I know I downloaded it. Let's try it again. Yeah, this is the one that I had to download like a gajillion music tracks for. There's obviously no main track. I'm assuming it's all been done by speakers. Let's hope for the best. If I don't hear any custom audio, then that's a bummer. Let's throw it into test mode. We're going seat view. We're sitting in a motorcycle, Tom Cruise style. Off we go.
And action.
No one would have believed in the early years of the 21st century that our world was being watched by intelligences greater than our own. And as man busies himself about the various concerns, they observe and study the way a man with a microscope might scrutinize the creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. With infinite complacency, man went to and fro about the globe, confident of our empire over this world. Yet, across the gulf of space, endless, vast and cool and unsympathetic, regarded our planet with envious eyes, and slowly but surely grew their plans against us. From the moment the invaders arrived, breathing our air, ate and drank, they were doomed. They were undone, destroyed. After all of man's weapons and devices had failed, and the tiniest creatures, God, this wisdom put on this earth. By the toll of living in death, man earned his immunity, his right to survive on this planet's inevitable missions. And that right is ours, its old challenges. For neither man live nor die in vain.
And cut. That's a wrap, everybody.
Oh my God. What did I just witness? Oh. That deserves a good googly moogly, but I was speechless. What just happened? What are the test results on this coaster? 800 seconds. What's funny is it's 4,200 meters in length, which is shorter than some of the longest coasters in this contest, but the duration is way longer, and that is because of all the trim brakes. I did read a comment from one of the movie coaster contest submissions of someone complaining that they hate how people hide the tracks. You can't even see them. But I said, in plain devil's advocate, I think you should either always hide the tracks or not hide them at all, right? Not like a mixture of both. Boogie managed to hide the tracks for the entire duration of the coaster, so it just felt like we were a motorcycle guy driving around from scene to scene. And I really appreciate that, and that is insanely difficult to do. But my God, where do I even begin? This is the all-time best creation, the best movie experience. We've seen James Bond, we've seen this, we've seen that, we've seen Tommy T's done a billion. Like, we've seen so many creators take a stab at movie coasters, and then there's the contests. The last movie coaster contest, and now this one. This is by far the best, not even movie coaster experience, but just planet coaster experience that I've ever seen. Like, this, look at the city. Like, it looks realistic even from like an isometric top-down view. I'm speechless. You did every scene from the movie. And when I was saying in the beginning, like, I didn't know you set the stage kind of thing. I was kind of expecting like, you know, lights, camera, action, boom. All right, take 2, scene 2, start. Like, I thought he was gonna chop it up into scenes and try to like direct the movie or something. But that was just like the way of you introducing the movie itself. Like, okay, action, and then the end, cut. And that was the whole, you played the whole movie. Like, we did the whole movie. If we were the actor, we did the whole movie in one take. And which, the moment you left the station, you forgot that he said cut or action, and you just went off and explored the entire movie. We just lived the experience. It was immersive through and through, start to finish. So like that whole little setting the stage thing, action, cut, it just kind of faded away instantly, and I became immersed and part of this universe and part of the movie. The way you used the screens for us looking up at the creature was great. That was all like a pre-recorded screen. Very good trickery there. I don't know what you did here, but like my mind didn't see the broken street. You shook the ground and rumbled it, and then all of this debris appeared. At least it seemed that way. I don't know what you did there. Did a lot of really convincing scenes, and the way this movie worked is like eventually like their alien fungus stuff started spreading everywhere, and you did that red stuff with the different red scenes. And I mean, it's the movie front to back. There's no like little bits, and it's not the abbreviated version. That felt like a 2-hour movie experience in a good way. I wasn't getting bored. I was gripped the whole time, but like that was insane. That was really, really, really insane. I am lost for words. I think the one thing you could do better, if I were to make one critique, is that narration that you did. It had so many echoes and vibration effects on the voice itself that I could barely hear what was going on. The last scene of this entire thing was incredible, because what ends up killing these things is tiny, what do you call them? Germs, I guess. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you guys know what I'm talking about. They basically were taken down by microscopic bacteria. That's what I'm looking for. You showed that at the end. We were going through like tiny little microscopic bacteria scenes, and it's like you're narrating that like, hey, at the end of the war, the thing that took them out was just not being able to fight off bacteria. And that was incredible. They didn't have years and years and years of evolution to adapt to our environment, which is why they didn't last very long at all. And that is basically the story of War of the Worlds. And you showed that. Like, you showed the war, you started the way everything started to the way that things ended. It was the movie through and through. And in some cases, the abbreviated version of it, the way you depicted it, was actually better than the movie itself. It didn't drag on and on and on and on and on. I remember the movie being good, but then kind of like, oh, that's it? Like, they got killed by bacteria? I remember feeling like very like unconvinced and kind of disappointed, but then also going like, oh, that's an interesting take. But for whatever reason, the coaster version, your version, Boogie, felt gratifying. I don't know what it was. It felt, how did I enjoy Bughuul's War of the Worlds better than War of the Worlds? Do you guys feel the same way? If you saw War of the Worlds, did you enjoy this abbreviated version of Boogie's better than the actual movie itself? And I guess there's also this element of how impressive it is, because you know the limitations of Planet Coaster and what it's capable of, and what Boogie pulled off just seems unfathomable. And that alone is having you like suspended the entire time in disbelief of how this actually is. Like, how am I seeing what I'm seeing, and how did he create all of this? That disbelief, it's a little different when you're watching a movie, because you're like, yeah, they could do anything with movies these days. Look at the Avengers Endgame. Like, they can literally do anything. So in a movie, you're like, yeah, I've seen that before. But in Planet Coaster, it's like, what? So I think that carries it like to the next dimension of just insaneness. But yeah, I am so impressed. This to me, as of right now, goes down as like my all-time WTF factor experience. Nothing has topped this. This is the best Planet Coaster experience that I have ever seen, in my opinion. I know I've said that a few times, but this is the most recent thing that tops everything that I've seen before. And it's because it was choreographed so perfectly, right? Like, you did do a movie start start to finish. I feel sorry for the guy that comes after this. Oh, it's Wormgar, and Wormgar's an absolute legend too that keeps changing the game. But this is hard to top. This definitely takes the #1 spot for me in the entire contest overall, and just the entire spot. This is coaster of the year right here. It's perfect. Boogie, love you, buddy. Boogie is my fave. You coming out strong with this one here today. What did you guys think? Fire away in the comments. And that's going to do it for me in today's episode. We got another big player up next with Wormgar Bionicle, so stay tuned for that. And then that is the end of the movie coaster contest. But boy, oh boy, am I proud of Boogie in this one here today. And this is the whole reason we do these contests, so we can see like this kind of stuff rise to the surface. The cream will rise to the top, you guys. And Boogie did that here today. So round of applause. Give it up for Boogie in the chat, you guys. And that's going to do it for me in today's episode of Coaster Spotlight Movie Coaster Contest Edition. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the last submission of the contest. Bye now.